have checked out
of the Boston Park Plaza Hotel.
Absolutely the nicest hotel we've ever stayed in. We ended up getting a really good deal on that room, so we normally would not be able to afford that, but
it was a great
by
deal.
Far the best hotel we've ever stayed in. So
and the location was absolutely phenomenal.
Oh,
we were
great.
Within walking distance of just about anything we wanted to do.
So if you get a good deal or you have the means, it's a good one.
Yep.
It is so choice. If you have the means, I highly recommend picking one up.
Now on to get the car and pay, I don't know, $8,000 to get it out of parking, and then we're gonna head north to Maine. Alright, let's go get the Jeep.
I wanna run in wide spaces, fly like the wind in high places, rushing like water on my face, with your hand in my head. Ooh, I wanna dance into the morning, kiss you like you never been kissed before me. I would go anywhere you wanna go, with your hand in my head.
Okay, so time to leave the parking garage, and these corners to get out of this parking garage are crazy tight. So I'm hoping we don't wreck this Jeep getting out of here.
That's why he's driving and not me.
$80 to park.
Are you Gloucesterman? Come on. Let's hear it, Gloucester. All right, let's go now!
Alright guys, we actually made a stop on our way north in Gloucester, Maine. Excuse me, Gloucester, Massachusetts. So, huge fans of The Perfect Storm. And this is where the story was based. And so we are actually at the Fisherman's Memorial. And I don't know, it's pretty cool. So, let's see what we can find. Just drove through Gloucester, and what you would totally imagine as the most iconic, you know, New England fishing village. Super cool. Again, huge fans of The Perfect Storm, which I know probably locals in Gloucester are sick to death of. All us tourists coming up and, you know, driving slowly around trying to take it all in, and they're like, look dude, I'm just trying to get to work. So my apologies if you live in Gloucester and you got stuck behind us being tourists, but super cool place, man. We loved the whole vibe there. It was really, really cool. So anyway, that was a nice little stop. It was kind of out of the way, but it was something we definitely wanted to go check out, and I'm glad we did. So now let's move on up the coast.
Like that. How could I wanna be anywhere else? Got a heart of gold and a soul to match. Can measure this moment in a photograph. You look so beautiful, baby. I know you're the love of my life. You changed my world. Yeah, you saved me without even trying.
We are just almost about to cross the border into New Hampshire. Something very interesting about this area is that, number one, at least compared to the south, the towns are all pretty close together. I mean, even when you're kind of driving, because we're taking Highway 1A, trying to stay along the coast, you know, the best we can. Just seeing some of the small towns and all of that. But the towns are a lot closer together than they are in the south. I mean, you do not drive very far before you're in the next town. It may not be a very big town, but you're moving from town to town pretty quick. Lot of old historic homes along this way, which is really cool. There's some, I mean, most of these towns were established in early 1600s, like 1634, 1635. And so, the history there is crazy old. The houses, you do see some from the 1600s, or at least because a lot of them are marked, when they were built. But you see a lot of Victorian era too, so that you get a lot of that vibe of mid to late 1800s. Very cool towns to drive through. This is a fun little road. Stop now and y'all help me because I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong. Portsmouth, New Hampshire, or Portsmouth?
I really think it's Portsmouth.
Okay. Well, that's what we're going to say. And we're going to stop to get something to eat. A little late in the afternoon, but there's a place called
The Thirsty Moose.
The Thirsty Moose. So
which
we're going to go.
Sounded appealing.
Anything with the word moose in it catches us. So, but anyway, it's actually a cool little downtown area. So there's several shops and different things. Let's check it out and see what's here.
Looking town.
We'll check it out and see what's here. That's a cool little building. Portsmouth, pretty cool little town.
Yeah.
We did stop and get the, obligatory souvenir and paid entirely too much for it, but they're good quality and they're local, so,
And their sweatshirts, which is good because we have found out that the temperature is going to be about almost 10 degrees cooler than we expected.
So didn't really pack for that. But, so now we are actually going to hightail it to Bangor because took a little longer than we thought. And so we're running out of daylight, and tomorrow is the sunrise trip into Acadia. So we're gonna have to be up bright and early, and if we're gonna take the top off the Jeep, we gotta figure out how to do that tonight. So we're going to hightail it back and go ahead and get checked into our apartment at Bangor and deal with that. So we'll hit the coast and do some more sightseeing on that in another day this week. So we'll have plenty of time for that. But Portsmouth, nice little town.
Worth the stop.
Alright, it is 3 o'clock in the morning and we are headed to Acadia National Park. We are going to go to Cadillac Mountain, sorry, and hopefully see the sunrise. At this point during the pandemic, Acadia National Park is making you make reservations and get permits for certain times of day, and so we had to today's the day for that. So we are hitting the road and headed to Acadia National Park. So again, up here on Cadillac Mountain waiting for sunrise. We're actually at the time of year that kind of one of the shticks of Cadillac Mountain is that this is the first place in the United States to see the sunrise. That's actually not true 100% of the year. We are actually in the part of summer that it is not technically the first place to see the sunrise, but for all intent and purposes, it's good enough for us. But you want to get here early, there's a ton of people, but there's enough room that you can spread out pretty well. So, just see the sun starting to peek through. So, top of Cadillac Mountain, what's your verdict on this?
It was definitely worth it. I think it might mean a little bit more if we'd actually been the first in the U.S. to see the sunrise. It's a little people-y, there's a lot of people, but it was beautiful. Definitely pack warmer clothes.
I don't even know if you could hear us out there on the mountain because the wind was so rough. We're in the Jeep now and we're trying to warm up a little bit, but it was still beautiful, neat place. Again, it was freezing. The wind was so cold.
Bring warmer clothes.
Bring warm clothes. It's July 31st right now.
Should be just about the warmest it's ever gonna be.
And it's the temperature right here says it's 48 degrees from the Jeep.
And the sun has been up now for 20 something minutes, almost 30 minutes. So
with the wind chill though, there's no telling, man. I mean, it felt like at least 30.
Yeah, it felt very cold.
It felt very cold, but it was a lot of fun. I mean, it's kind of neat when the sun finally got all the way up, everybody kind of applauded, and it was just kind of a neat community kind of thing. So.
I read one of the blogs I read talked about that it's kind of like an experience, like a cult classic experience, kind of like going and seeing Rocky Horror Picture Show in the theater or something.
Yeah, it was like everybody applauded Acadia, making the sun come up.
It's like, nice job, son.
Yeah. So it was just kind of funny, but it was a good experience. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So Cadillac Mountain, worth the trip.
100 reviews, and it's got 4.6 stars. And they're famous for Maine blueberry pancakes. Look at that lake.
All right, we just ate breakfast at Jordan's restaurant in Bar Harbor, and let me tell you, great food. They're kind of famous for, well, I say they're famous for, they advertise using wild Maine blueberries. We kept saying wild caught blueberries. I don't know, maybe they had to chase them down. But blueberry pancakes and blueberry muffins. They had a blueberry pie a la mode that we did not partake of. But
didn't seem like fitting breakfast food.
But great food, great atmosphere. The staff was awesome. So another great place to stop and eat. I know it seems like every place we stop we're saying is awesome and it's highly recommended. But this, especially if you are looking for a good early breakfast in the Bar Harbor area, man, Jordan's could not be beat. It was great.
If you're here for sunrise, they were the only restaurant in town that was open before 7. So, you know, we were here at, I mean, sunrise was at 5:20
ish.
So, I mean, that's a long time to wait for breakfast if you're waiting for someplace to open at 7.
But very, very good
Yeah.
food, good atmosphere.
Yep.
We are headed to, what is this called?
The Great Trail.
Well, we're going to the Great Head Trail.
Great Head. This is Sand Beach.
Sand Beach, which is probably pretty crowded.
Honestly.
Well, it may not be that bad actually right now.
It's pretty
but
early still.
This is supposed to give us some rocky shoreline, so we're gonna check it out.
Every moment has led us to this day. Every journey that brought us to this place. We're filled with wonder that words couldn't ever contain. This is what we've been waiting for. At the dawn of forevermore, we can stand on this ground so sure. This is what we've been waiting for. When the morning light brings us to our
So we're on the Great Head Trail, and it's a little confused, but we found it, and it's about to dump us back out on the beach, on kind of a rocky part of the beach. It goes around this peninsula, but it's been a really nice little walk. It's all covered, you know, a lot of tree cover, nice kind of wide trail, and the best part is we pretty much have it all to ourselves.
We have not seen another person.
But it's man, it's beautiful when you kind of round that corner and you start seeing the ocean on the other side. This is a neat little trail, so kind of a hidden gem, I guess, maybe.
This is what we've been waiting for. At the dawn of forevermore, we can stand on this ground so sure. This is what we knew we would find, leaving all of our doubts behind. We can stand on this ground so sure. This is what we've been waiting for. Give our dreams to the rising sun.
Okay, so we're leaving Sand Beach, where this is the right way, isn't it?
I have no idea. It kind
I
of
hope I didn't do it again.
both ways. So this is cool.
That is cool. Okay, there's a car going this way. So
Huh.
why that's important is as we're leaving Sand Beach, which I swear to you, I remember getting there early this morning and it dead ending at the parking lot to Sand Beach. It did not. So as we're leaving and Erin, I'm turning right and Erin says, no, that's one way. And I say, no, that's the way we came because I thought it was a loop coming in and out of the parking lot. It was not. The problem with that being one way is that the right lane here is used for parking. So there's only one lane and you have rocks on one side and rocks on another. So not a great spot to do a U-E as I'm facing oncoming traffic. So fortunately, there was a coned off spot that I could pull into to let the traffic go, which took forever. Then I could pull up into a little pull out that gave me some room to do about, you know, a five-point turn and get spun around the right direction. So
Park Loop Road is indeed one way.
one way. Don't go the other way.